Christchurch Spitalfields in the UK's capital. It is after this church, here in London's East End, that Christchurch in Jerusalem is named. And in the area surrounding this church, 200 years ago, CMJ's story began.
At the end of the 18th century, the world was experiencing great change. Revolution in France had raised expectations that the last days were approaching. Christians began to be more aware of the probability of the imminent return of Jesus.
They saw in Scripture that in order for this momentous promise to be fulfilled according to prophecy, the land of Israel must be reborn into the hands of the people to whom God had given it. They realized that the gospel had to be preached as God intended, to the Jew first.
In 1809, that a group of Christian people, some clergy, some laity, met together to form a society. They called it the Society for the Promotion of Christianity Among the Jews. Later it became known as the London Jews Society, or LJS, and today it's known as the Church's Ministry Among Jewish People, or CMJ. And in the record book of that first meeting, it said like this: "We therefore have thought it proper and suitable to the glory of God to establish a society for the sole purpose of exciting the attention of the Jews to the words of eternal salvation."
Missionaries went out from Great Britain across Europe and beyond to many major cities with significant Jewish populations, including Vienna, Warsaw and Tehran. They were joined by people of various nationalities sharing the vision of CMJ. A bishopric was established in Jerusalem, and a Messianic Jew, the Reverend Michael Solomon Alexander, was consecrated in 1841 as the first bishop. This led, after much turmoil, to the building of the first Protestant church in the Middle East and the only Christian church to be built in the Ottoman Empire. The foundation stone of the church was laid 35 feet below the surface on Jerusalem's bedrock. That church is Christchurch, Jerusalem. In 1948, the State of Israel was born and the prophetic clock moved on.
The work, which began here in the East End of London, had now spread across the world, and Jewish people were hearing the gospel, most significantly in the Holy Land itself. This is the story of CMJ. This is the history we celebrate.
Well, the work has taken off, because since 1948, and Israel has been populated by more and more Jews from all around the earth, then the task of the Christian church in Jerusalem and in Israel is still the same, which is simply to explain the gospel to Jewish people and to let them know what it is that their own heritage has brought to us, of the prophets, of Jesus, of the way of salvation, and the fact that he is their Messiah. And we cannot but go and let them know this. And so this is what CMJ is still doing today.
Since 1948, Jews from all over the world have come back to their homeland in search of hope and peace. CMJ ministers throughout the land to believers and continues its mission to bring Jesus to the Jewish people. Alex Chake is Director of Advocacy here in the UK.
Director of Advocacy is involved in helping CMJ engage with the core biblical message of God's dealing with Israel and the church and Jewish people. And it's really important because unless we have a clear, faithful understanding of the Bible, we will not have a firm foundation for our ministry, and our ministry will not be able to grow in the way in which we would long to see it grow in the future. So it's a real privilege to be part of this ministry, and I'm delighted to be part of the CMJ family.
And
Adrian Glaspole is one of CMJ's UK evangelists.
But as an evangelist, my work is really important because the society started as the London Society for Promoting Christianity amongst the Jews. Still, our bottom line, our most important activity is taking the good news of Jesus, the Jewish Messiah, to my extended Jewish family. And that's why I'm proud to work for CMJ.
The work of CMJ, which made such a difference in so many lands over 2 centuries, has put down roots in the Holy Land. Today, it is a tree that is bringing forth fruit in season. CMJ established schools in the 1850s, and the Anglican International School in Jerusalem is a direct descendant of those pioneer schools. Situated in the heart of Jerusalem, AISJ now educates Jewish, Arab-Israeli students and Gentile children from across the world in a loving and supportive Christian environment. Do contact our headquarters in Nottinghamshire, where the UK staff team will be pleased to give you more details of all that is planned for the bicentenary and beyond.